Welcome to the School of Wordcraft and Worldmancy. This is Feedback Frenzy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Submit Saturday, where here at the WriterGreg School of Worldcraft and Worldmancy, we review fiction and world-building articles. If you'd like to be included in a future Submit Saturday with your content, please visit wgc.bz/submit, and we'll be able to get you in the queue. All right, this is another article by kitoypoy, and for those of you who are on the live stream watching these being recorded, I clicked that and I went, oh, look at that. I mean, the bunny, that is adorable. This is Ambrosia the Shard Drifter. And wow, that is just adorable. Is this that, I don't know what you used to create that, but we had the absolutely nightmarish creepiness of the Vampire King Valentine, and now we have this absolutely adorable bunny. That mid-journey thing, I really need to look at that. It made the Vampire King and... Okay, I'm going to highlight mid-journey. Oh, the beginner guide to getting started with mid-journey AI. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, so I opened that in a new tab, and we all know that when you open something in a new tab, it'll always be remembered. But yeah, that is adorable. Okay, so let's zoom out and take a look. We've reviewed some of Kit's articles before, so I don't want to presume I know what's going to be coming in here, but we have the side column, Journey of a Mama Bunny, and we have Shards of Thea as featured articles, Summer Camp, and we have character description here. Good. This is entry for World Building Summer Camp 2022, and this is an explorer, researcher, or other character motivated by discovery. Excellent. All right, and so this is again the world of Wizard's Peak, but instead of the zone, we are in the Shards of Thea. Okay, Ambrosia Flopsy Lappin, a.k.a. the Lavender Veil, she, they. The intrepid adventurer Ms. Ambrosia Flopsy Lappin has set a goal for herself and her family to visit each and every one of the Shards of Thea. She does so in a hot air balloon powered by the peddling of her many children. She finances her expeditions by publishing a quarterly journal called Journeys of a Mama Bunny, under the nom de plume Ambrosia the Shard Drifter. It's a bestseller here in the zone. I have a subscription to the Sojourner level, at the Sojourner level myself. Oh, that is fun. That is, yeah, okay, so this is inspired by A Game of Tomes, the Lappin House, and all that fun stuff. So this is really, I have a Sojourner subscription level. That is cool. I can't get enough of Mama Bunny's stories about the shards. I subscribe at the co-pilot tier. And I have an invite to her quarterly release party in Menelost Telperion. Did you know that she also publishes another journal of side stories as The Purple Veil? They're more personal, and you really get a behind the scenes into her life with her partners and children. Okay, again, adorable. Yeah. The famous author and shard drifter Ambrosia Flopsy Lappin lived the first 4 decades of her life in the Great Warren as a normal house bunny born into the rabbit folk tribe known as Lapin, as the Lapin. She married her two husbands, brothers of the Flopsy clan, in her early adulthood and bore them 4 litters for a total
Sprinters and marchers, time is up.
4 litters for a total of 21 children. She never left the warren, always focusing on raising her children and keeping a tidy burrow for her husbands Buster and Boglo. Okay. As her 40th birthday approached, Ambrosia began to feel a wanderlust overcome her. She had always been smart and talented, a writer and inquisitive. She suddenly felt a lifetime of mediocrity overwhelm her, and she announced to her husbands that she couldn't take it anymore. I was turning 40, and I had never left the Great Warren. I had all these unfulfilled dreams that I had put aside my entire life. One night at dinner, I told Buster and Boglo, "Husbands, I've bought a house balloon, and I'm going to visit every single one of the 7,641 shards. You and the kids can come along with me, or you can stay here, but I'm going." Thank Thea, they agreed to come with me. I don't know what I'd do without my 2 lunkheads and my kids. Ambrosia the Shard Drifter. Okay, that is just cute. I mean, I don't want to say this is so sweet that it's going to give me diabetes, but I just had, the picture, the bright colors, the Ambrosia, love the name Ambrosia, and how it's going on here. And see, this is the first time I am reading that there are 4,641 shards. That is new information. I don't know if that's documented anywhere, but that is kind of cool to see that. Okay, the Flopsy Lapin family sold everything that wouldn't fit on their moon balloon. Moon balloons are a slow but reliable form of heavy transport between the far-flung shards of the shattered moon, and took to the air on a dangerous adventure like no other family before them. They visited the closest, safest shard to their former home on their Lapin shard. They started on the nearby Spire Sky Isle, the Floating Carrot, and the Garden Enclave shard. In the first few months, they made their way to Chrysad's Sea, and finally the Barrow Shard, home of the elves and the druids of Thea's Vindicators. That's the number of islands in the Philippines. What a fun Easter egg! That's a lot of islands. Wow. That's a lot of islands. That's a lot of shards. So I guess it begs the question, completely outside of the reality of this or that, Easter egg for a bunny. How big are some of these shards? How big does a shard need to be before it's considered a shard? So, I mean, could it just be a really large boulder the size of a house or a size of a moon, one of these moon ships, the moon balloons? Or, because that would be interesting, not in this article, but I'm just curious about that in general, wondering if there's a classification. I get into that in some of my other articles. Yeah, some are just really big rocks. Okay. Yeah. The accidental author. Okay, so let's get back into it. Ambrosia had kept a journal and detailed notes on each of the shards her family had visited. She was unofficially calling it Journeys of a Mama Bunny, a nice and accurate catalog of the shards of Thea. When she visited Sarchnathea, the elven military in India, built after the tomb of the goddess Thea, stands on the Barrow shore. Okay. When she visited Sarchnathea, she was surprised to discover that no one had ever attempted to visit all of the shards of Theia. She was the first to make the attempt. Ah, nice. She left a copy of her
Sprinters
journal.
and marchers, let's go.
She left a copy of her journal with a small gnomish publisher who said he would try to do something with it. The Flopsy Lapins continued on their journey and returned to Sarch a few months later. Ambrosia was surprised to find her publisher eagerly awaiting her return with a heavy purse of gold, ready to make a copy of her next journal installment. Cool. I'm a little confused about the hyphenated last name, Flopsy Lapins. Since there's 3 of them, shouldn't it be a triple? Like, is Buster the Flopsy and Boglo the Lapin? Or what's Ambrosia's last name? I guess I'm just a little confused about the hyphenation of the last name. Because usually, as I understand hyphenated last names, it's usually the name of the 2 last names of the persons being married, and I guess they decide whose name goes first. Hyphenated last name. Yes, she's a Lapin. Her husbands are brothers, so both Flopsy. Okay, so yeah, hyphenated last name. Yeah, the Flopsy Lapin family. So, say we had the Smith family and the Jones family had kids who wanted to get married, but they didn't want to be the Joneses or the Smiths, so that their family name when they get married, their last name is Smith Jones. Hi, my name is Mr. Smith Jones. And so if her last name is Lapin and her husband's names are brothers, the Flopsy. So the Flopsy family and the Lapin family are now married, and so it's the Flopsy Lapin family. Got it. Okay. That really makes it much more convenient that those 2 are brothers. Family-friendly adventuring. My favorite kind. The first few years, Ambrosia and her family traveled in a fairly modest house balloon suitable for a large family with 3 parents and their mix of adult to toddler children. They saved money by trading goods amongst the far-flung settlements of rabbit folks. They visited the double dozen shards claimed by the rabbit folk and named after the lost rabbit tribes, the Flopsies, the Sables, the Lops, and the rest. Yeah, I made them brothers to keep the naming simple. Good choice. Okay, the double dozen. It's capitalized. This is begging for a tooltip. The double dozen shards claimed by the rabbit folk. That's interesting because I like that you have that. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity for more Easter eggs here. The Thumper clan. The double dozen. That's just begging for another article, describing that. Yes, make double dozen a stub. Yeah, I love that. They grew famous and prosperous enough to also open trade with the elven shards of Ulfa Sheras, Neilum, Afdori Island, and the Barrow Shard itself. They upgraded their balloon several times, eventually settling on a fortified zeppelin they named the Cloud Warren. Oh, that's so cool. Cloud Warren. Stub. Okay, or if you haven't done that prompt about a vehicle that can travel far distances, the Cloud Warren. Now they are capable of visiting more dangerous shards, such on the safest days. Now they are capable of visiting more dangerous shards, such on the safest days. I don't know what is meant by that. They have brought giant beetles back and forth to the swarming shard. They have a visa to visit the lichen shard on nights when the moon isn't full. They were actually part of a vindicator convoy to the unshard itself. Yes, this article is super subtasket. The unshard? Okay, yeah, unshard. That I want a stub. Wow, that I mean, unshard. Is that all of the stuff that was left behind after the? I mean, the shards kind of came out, but the thing in the middle that was left, is that the unshard? Inquiring minds want to know. Over the years, Ambrosia has built an ever increasing readership on the Shattered Moon. In the sovereignty of Lozar, and in the Quirinal Concordant Zone itself. Prompts first, edit later. uh, Her publisher edits her notes and journals every quarter and sells packages of an increasing expense to subscribers, subscribers, not subscribers, who eagerly await Ambrosia's latest adventures every third month. In the 7 years that she has been cataloging the shards, she has visited more than 3,000 of them. By her calculation, it will take another 14 years to see the rest of them. She finances her expedition with her subscription and with annual visits to the zone. She makes herself available to her subscriber and sells autographed journals and memorabilia of her trips to her adoring fans. The most devoted buy raffle tickets to win a chance of accompanying the family for a month in the Cloud Warren. Ambrosia makes sure to put them to work and show them a good time. Anything to make it a good story. Oh, nice. If you would like to, here's a link in the chat for a link to this article. What a wonderful, heartwarming little heartwarming article about Ambrosia. And I really like how it feels like something that we could do, or that we do as authors or Twitch creators, or Patreon users and stuff like that. It just seems really fun. Okay, awesome. The picture. The I love the quotes by the two. It really sets the tone that we have two stands. I think, is that what you call them? We have two big fans of Ambrosia here. We have was not bored at all. I love the idea of all of the stubs that could go off of this. Confused? Not confused. Just the unshard is intriguing. I'm not really confused about anything, but I really like the unshard, and I really like. I have it on good authority that the judge really likes this one. Are you the judge? A doggy pic? Ooh, we'll take a look at that after that. There will be more quotes from Ambrosia as I do edits. Okay, cool. Yeah, the delete. Nothing. I wouldn't delete any of this. This is just really good. Expand. Okay, yes. The expansion of this article, if for competition or for anything, first of all, adding the stubs to the other things, that would be really helpful. I would like to know more about the family. Yes, she's the celebrity. I'd like to meet maybe pictures of Buster and Boglo. Maybe what are the different, like you said, there are adult children and young children. So What are some of the things that the other kids are doing? If you have adult rabbit folk and you have children
Sprinters break,
on there,
marchers continue.
what's life like on the ship? But that really would be, is there going to be a cloud worn article? Should there be just a separate cloud worn article where you get into who's the captain, who's the commanding officer, what are all of the different roles, and who's all on the ship? That could just explode with different NPCs all over the place. Almost would be a huge article in and of itself. Whereas if you're focusing, this is just Ambrosia. But yeah, this is just a really fun article. Great read. Yeah, so the link is in the chat if you would like to share a like for this article and get it some more attention. The journal article has more. Yeah, okay. All right, well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for this Submit Saturday, where we reviewed and critiqued this article. If you have some content in the form of 1,500 words of fiction or world-building article for review, please visit wgc.bz/submit, where you could have your content submitted for a future Submit Saturday. Thanks, everyone, and have a good day.
Thanks for watching this Feedback Frenzy. Be sure to show your support by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the notification bell. WriterGreg offers coaching sessions to help bring your world to life, create compelling stories, and accomplish your creative goals. Please visit wgc.bz/coaching for more details.